Taijiquan here. Taijiquan, the golden flower. Taijiquan is the primordial experiencing of pure, boundless consciousness. This experience has gone by many names, such as the golden flower, the golden elixir, and the golden pill. Taijiquan, as the golden flower, represents touching the one, meaning one has the privilege of direct experience. This is the ultimate goal of the being alive experience as an aspect of inner alchemy essence. This is a direct experience of one's own primal reality. The golden flower is the transcendence of one's auric field, allowing one to experience the source of one's own existence through the contemplation of the subtleties, essentialism, and exclusivity. This experience connects. One is connected to primal truth. In fact, this is the genuine way of conducting everyday living. The secret of the golden flower has been believed to be analogous to such texts as the Tibetan Book of the Dead and the Egyptian Book of the Dead. Each of these two books represents the transcendence and levels of consciousness so-called scholars have never understood. They have always been gleaned by the light of the mind or mental intellect, the egoic idea. Now, this is proving that the Western mind, the ego, struggles to understand that which it shall never understand. The Western mind, ego, tries to distinguish truth by understanding her effects, whereas the Eastern or Asiatic contemplates reality from the inner light, the source of reality. The Western mind has incredible arrogance, believing they selected this text from among the superabundance of Asian spiritual texts unknown in the West. But this should stand as an awakening to the truth of the interconnectedness that guided them to procure as well as make the text available to the Western mind. In Asia, the three spiritual practices of Confucianism, Taoism, and Buddhism, born as it was in Hinduism, stand as monuments, as representatives of three states of the mind, called the three vinegar tasters. Lao Tzu, Confucius, and Buddha are each tasting the vinegar and describing it slightly differently, which simply is expressing this unity. The point is, as each represent a state of consciousness, they are united in tasting the same bitterness. This image of the three masters tasting the source was so well known that it took many forms, like a meme does in today's disgruntled cultures. These three represented the conscious, unconscious, and subconscious beauties standing around a jar of vinegar. This interconnectedness should be obvious, as the vinegar represents the ego, or a product, man-made. Once overcoming the vinegar, or once one realizes they are not experiencing what does not in reality exist, which represents getting back to the vinegar source, the apple or the fruit, as it were, one is able to drink or eat from the authentic original source, the secret of the golden flower. The golden flower is not the technique or method as the West or ego proposes is an actual meditation, as an actual meditation practice. No, the secret of the golden flower is the blossoming of the real brain, the womb, upon the central nerve, whereupon the secret of the golden flower is the blossoming of the real brain, the womb, whereupon the central nervous system rests. This is very important for one to enter over and understand. This is the release of Tai Chi, the supreme unbounded power source. Tai Chi is beyond yoga or awareness and sacred dances, the physical mental artistry. Tai Chi is the actualization of the stillness within the movement of the external appearance. Tai Chi, the golden flower, is the actual destruction of the arc field and the infusion of the golden egg within the golden womb, the golden flower. This is about fullness, the golden egg within emptiness, the golden womb. This actually is considered primal, essential, individual, and autonomous. The golden flower is not a mind-body practice as espoused by the patriarchy or the ego. The blooming of the golden flower requires mental and physical stillness. This path is the one the solitary individual treads, having denied all forms of otherness, renunciation, and surrender. The golden flower is the soul, freed of all concepts of duality and separateness. The golden flower represents soul as the perfection and totality and the uttermost expression of the potential, the actualization of the potential. Tai Chi. The flower represents the beauty and the grandeur. Quan. The secret of the golden flower is the secret of the magic of life. Soul is the only, represented as stillness, using activity, like the ocean, watching its waves. Tai Chi, feminine, represents non-action. Quan, woman, represents action. Tai Chi, stillness, uses Quan, dynamism or appearance. All the other levels of understanding find their culmination in the golden flower. All levels are only intellectual or of mind. Mind has no existential value. Mind has no experience of meditation itself. So how can it have any existential value? As an egoic personality has no intrinsic reality, all distinctions disappear. So is the ultimate state of the purity of consciousness. As Taijiquan is the ultimate expression of soul, the golden flower is the confirmation of experience, of this inner experience. The golden flower epitomizes the rising of the backward flow. The golden flower blooms in one who has become utterly empty and devoid of any self-knowing. The golden flower blooms as the individual once the mind is completely empty. She is the flower in the womb. In the womb, the golden lotus blooms. So the process is totality. Now the individual has proof. Dawn has overcome the night. Why call her the secret of the golden flower? Due to this inner radiance, being so deeply ingrained in consciousness, all forms of otherness must be removed. Layer after layer must be uncovered in order to find what is buried away from the mental trapping, within the mental trappings. The consciousness, Tao, replaces mind and the auric field. The secret of the golden flower is the spontaneous use of action reflected upon non-action. The golden flower is the light. Soul uses the golden flower as her symbol. Now one's whole body is functioning as a harmonious unity. The whole body is in accord. One is no longer split. One is no longer fragmentary. This is termed individuation. One is like the sum of all parts. So, the secret of the golden flower is all about suddenly opening as a golden lotus. One has arrived home.